The question that everybody is asking themselves, what makes or breaks a cold email? Top of mind for nearly the whole planet. And so what I did, guys, is I made a whiteboard of pretty much what makes and what breaks a cold email. Let's just jump into it. So for this example, and I guess let me preface this by saying this isn't super complicated, guys. We want to target people with an offer that is relevant to them. And we want to do that one time, obviously, so that way we can get one person interested. And then if that works, then scale it to, let's say, 1,000. But it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. And I think maybe because people make so much money from cold email, you think it might be complicated, but I don't overcomplicate it. I don't think it needs to be. And so for this example, pretty much, I just want to show you guys like what if I had an example offer, how I would make it work. And so let's just say we're doing influencer marketing for direct to consumer alcohol brands. Okay. And so I used Jack Daniels as an example. And so the better that your offer is, the more intriguing that you can make it over email. That's not to say, though, that you can't just make a normal, creative or Google ads or Instagram ads, anything normal where you just want a retainer, basic, no guarantee. Obviously, you can make that work. A lot of our clients have that. But you can make your email way more interesting depending on the type of offer that you have. And so, if we're doing influencer marketing for direct to consumer alcohol brands, in this example, I just said, not only do we do that, but we can pair Jack Daniels, for example, with popular college influencers at major universities. I have no idea if that's even a thing, but let's just say it is for this example. So if I'm reaching out to Jack Daniels and we do influencer marketing for direct to consumer alcohol brands, my pitch is pretty much already written, right? But what I could say is essentially we're going to be helping them getting bottles of Jack Daniels in the hands of popular influencers at every major university. And then you could even take it a step further, and this is kind of in the relevance category, by saying like maybe you've helped another tequila brand or whiskey brand or rum, whatever, vodka, any sort of alcohol company, you've helped them do the same. Or if you could list a couple and perhaps the results, right? But already, guys, if I'm Jack Daniels and I'm getting, if I'm the marketing coordinator at Jack Daniels, I guess I didn't really put that here. Let's just write that real quick, right? Because I guess that is a big portion of it. Marketing coordinator at Sack Daniels. If I'm the marketing coordinator at Jack Daniels and you approach me with getting bottles of Jack Daniels in the hands of popular influencers at every major university, that is relevant. That's going to be something that's 100% relevant to them. And they can look into this and be like, okay, very interesting. Let's see what's going on here, right? You can kind of paint the picture by saying like, there's going to be popular influencers at USC, University of Illinois, doesn't matter, Utah, with Jack Daniels. College is obviously a big drinking scene. And so, if you're a Happy Dad, if you're Jack Daniels, if you're any tequila company, it's not a bad target market by any means. And you can honestly do a lot of damage, especially in today's age with YouTubers like Nelk and stuff like that, can seriously do some major damage. And so we've already gotten Jack Daniels interested. And so now literally all we have to do is go and get 100 or 200 or as many as possible other Jack Daniels. Literally. So if it's whiskey, if it's vodka, if it's tequila, if it's rum, if it's seltzers, if it's whatever. I mean, beer's a little shaky. You're going to want to get someone that's like actually trying to do direct to consumer. Literally, guys. I mean, it's that simple. We already have something relevant to Jack Daniels. We need 200 more Jack Daniels. So go and get more Jack Daniels on your lead databases and go and scrape different, softwares, obviously, in different lead lists, put them together and center it around companies like Jack Daniels that are selling alcohol. Literally, it's that easy. What works for Jack Daniels is going to work for all of the alcohol companies you approach. But what you don't want to do is go and send Jack Daniels' email to vineyards and breweries and restaurants, because unfortunately, with a lot of these lead databases, you want to go get wine and spirits and alcohol and stuff that's like Happy Dad and stuff that's like Jack Daniels. Sometimes, and a lot of times, more than half of the leads that you get are going to be like vineyards that sell wine to random people and breweries in the heart of Kansas City, right? And restaurants in the middle of Minnesota. Like they aren't looking for what you're offering. Excuse me. Been drinking coffee. Relax. Just because I'm talking about Jack Daniels doesn't mean I'm actually drinking it. I don't even drink. Anyways, you guys are here for sauce. Sauce is continuing. So, literally, long story short, on not targeting these types of companies, I encourage you to actually go through your lead lists or have someone like a VA go through your lead lists and remove all the stuff that's not actually going to be in your targeting. Because you might get 20 people that say not interested, but if they own a restaurant in the middle of Minnesota, then there's no chance that it's going to be relevant to them. The offer won't be relevant to them, meaning that your targeting's off. And so I'm just kind of tying it into the little graphic that we made here. Your job is to scrape leads that are similar to Jack Daniels. And so that is going to work for every single different niche that you're looking for. And again, this can work for a basic offer like Google Ads. Like if you want to approach the marketing coordinator at Jack Daniels for a Google Ads offer, I think you can do advertising for them. Let's just say marketing, let's just say email marketing. If you want to approach Jack Daniels about email marketing, that is still relevant. You don't have to have some crazy guarantee where it's like we can work for free and only take a specific amount of, the returns. But that obviously could make it more interesting in your email. What you don't want to do, again, is scrape 1,000 leads that aren't actually relevant to Jack Daniels. I know I've said that fucking 10 times now, but I feel like that's as simple as it needs to be.